Happy weekend. Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. And for some, this is going to be a 3-day weekend. I hope you're enjoying that. Welcome to the chat. Ratch Tattoo from Strong Island. James Gant, Malik Shabazz, De La Music. Welcome to all you. Grand Rising to all of you. I hope you're all enjoying your weekend and that you and your family are safe this weekend. Very important. Also, Aaron Spalding, salute to you also. Now we're at the break, the All-Star break, which is a little past the halfway point of the season. And so we want to look at where we are as New York Knicks and New York Knicks fans. Of course, this channel is of the Knicks and for the Knicks. And so we're going to see where we're going in the second half. And I want to give grades to the people and players involved firsthand, like the management team of the Knicks, which already gets an A+ in my view. Anybody that's grading Leon Rose less than an A has no idea what they're talking about and is just trying to sound like they know what they do and what they don't. So that really ridiculous there. But the dude made a mistake with Yabusele in terms of fit, and then corrected that mistake by bringing Alvarado and a lottery pick that fits the Knicks perfectly in Jeremy Sohan. So, this is that's tight, man. That's tight. That's Don. That's chess movement. That's all of that. Okay. I had someone ask me, "How are we going to keep Alvarado?" That would be a silly question. Why worry about things that are not in your face this year? Alvarado is under contract for next year. He's not just under contract now. He's under contract for next year. Alvarado don't need to be worried about until next year. That's next year's problem. Don't worry about this year's problem for no reason. Some people just like to worry. But no, you leave that alone. That's not something we need to deal with right now. Exactly, Malik. So there's always a bellyacher somewhere that needs to bellyache about something. Welcome, John Pettit, Lou. Welcome, Lou. Original D.O. Shifty Lee. Welcome, Alfonso. What's up, Walter White? My brother Guilford. Jermaine Royster. Welcome to all of y'all. First, Kev Berg, what's up? The Knicks as a team, I give them an A-. And the reason as a team, first of all, I can't give them a B because that's just above average. The Knicks are in the top 10 in the NBA in 8 different categories. Top 10 in 8 different categories. The Knicks have 2 players in the All-Star game. The Knicks have at least 2, probably 3 players that are in the conversation for all NBA defense. Okay? At least I would say OG, McCall, Deuce, Mitch Rob. You got to have all of them in the conversation. I'm not saying they're going to all get chosen, but they got to be in the conversation for all NBA defense. That's Deuce, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and McCall Bridges. You may also want to add Landry Shamet in there, but he may not have played enough games. But that's we haven't had it yet, Raj. I just had some milk. I may have some grape juice. In fact, I'm going to have some grape juice later. I'm just haven't gotten to that point in my day yet. But so you have 2 players that are all-stars. You have at least 2 in those same 2 that are going to be in the conversation for All-NBA. You have at least 4. Let me see again. Deuce, Mitchell Robinson, OG, and McCall. You have at least 4 that are going to be in the conversation for All-NBA defense, all defense, maybe more. Okay, so that's all. Those are all factoids. Okay, we're not even dealing. And then, of course, you have at least 1 in Jalen Brunson that's going to be in the conversation for MVP. Okay, so I don't want to hear anything less than A- for this team. They're doing very well. Okay. I think people are judging them based on them being 3rd in the East right now, but that's short-sighted. We still got a lot of basketball to play. And that brings me to the second half. The Knicks are on the upswing in the second half. But let's finish what we're talking about. I'm going to give Mike Brown a B plus for his job. I want to give him an A minus, and I tell you why. The toughest, two toughest jobs in basketball are the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers and the head coach of the New York Knicks. The two toughest jobs in basketball, okay, in all of basketball, those two. And not just because of the fan base, which is large in both cases, but the media in both cases. The expectations in both cases, they're high. And then the Knicks coming off the Eastern Conference Finals last year, Mike Brown fails unless he gets to the Eastern Conference Finals automatically. So there's a lot of pressure on him. I give him at least a B plus. He has to make adjustments under this pressure. He has to plan under this pressure. He has to answer media. He has to handle the BS that comes from media, which is a lot in New York. And I give him a B plus, but I think he's going to end the season on an A. But we're going to let him work that out. He's still, and I like the fact that he admitted he's still figuring out his role in terms of how to best handle this team. Very good. And he has shown that in the adjustments that he has made. Starting now starting Josh Hart was a huge move. And going with guys like Diawara at times, another huge move. So, and then bringing Mitchell Robinson off the bench. Everybody was so hyped about starting Mitch Rob as Twin Towers with Cat. But I never thought that. I thought that coming off the bench would be better because of his longevity coming off the bench, which you've seen. He stayed healthy and not having the pressure of starting, and just a better overall defensive unit when you get a little smaller, quicker. So so I'm giving him a B plus, but he's probably going to end up with an A. So that's where we go with that. Now, as far as individual players, I'm going to admit I'm going to be harder on Jalen Brunson than anybody else. And the reason I am is because Jalen Brunson is, in fact, the head of the snake here. And he controls, from that position, some of the success and failure of the New York Knicks. If Jalen wanted to, he could take 40 shots a game if he wanted to. So he controls that. Nobody's going to tell him don't take 40 shots if that's what he wanted to do. So he had to learn, though, how to adjust to a stacked team. So he's still learning. We do not need Jalen Brunson to take over the game in the first quarter. We do need him to take over the game in the fourth quarter. And one of my brothers, I forgot who it was, I think it was Clint Stewart, said, we don't need him to hog the ball in the fourth quarter. And I responded, I'm not saying I think he should hog the ball in the fourth quarter, but with respect to Jalen Brunson, you want him to be who he is in the best position of who he is. Jalen Brunson, in my opinion, is the top clutch player in the NBA. I mean, he was voted that from last year, but I think he is the top clutch player in the NBA. And so you must allow him to be who he is. And that means when it comes to fourth quarter, you got to let him have the basketball and make decisions with that and live or die with that. Okay, you got it. And so I give him a B plus because he's just learning that. Again, the Knicks are 20-3 when he takes less than 20 shots. 20-3. Okay, they're 15-13 when he takes more than 20 shots. So it's obviously they're more effective when he takes less than 20 shots. But even when he's taking less than 20 shots, he can take over fourth quarters and win you a basketball game. Okay, he can do that. Again, the other day they won by 49 over somebody, right? They beat somebody by 49, and he only took 6 shots. Okay, I mean, some of that I have to say it wasn't just the Knicks' dominance, but you got to also understand the schedule is hell on everybody. So, even though the Knicks destroyed Philly that day. You got to also figure Philly was in a downstroke as far as energy and all that, even though the Knicks were coming off the back-to-back. But that's the way the league is. So I wouldn't say the Knicks are 49 points better than Sixers on any given night, but it just shows what the Knicks are capable of against a good team. Okay, it shows what they're capable of, and that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, Brunson needs to be more off ball, move without ball, be decoy, let everyone touch the ball in the first few quarters of the game, and then come on strong in the fourth when we need him to take over. And again, against Philly, we didn't need him to take over. The game was over. By the time you got midway through the third quarter, the game was over. Okay. And so I saw him come in the game in the third and try to take over. But he quickly realized he didn't need to. And he was actually messing up the flow, and he stopped and let the ball flow. And that's impressive. So he's really, I give him right now a B plus, because I know he could do better. And I know he knows he could do better. And I know the team's going to do better. I give him B plus. I give Cat also B plus, because Cat is learning to be aggressive without committing stupid fouls, and that's B plus. Okay, I give him B plus, and he's capable of being better. But I give him A on the boards, leading the NBA in rebounding. Come on, baby, he's horsing boards. He's dominating the paint with the glass. Okay, got to give him an A. I give Mitch Rob an A. Foul shooting notwithstanding, he's the top offensive rebounder in the NBA. I give Mikal Bridges a C plus, because it takes him sometimes to get his head into the game. It's great that Mikal plays every day. You cannot discount how important that is when you can count on somebody to be in the lineup every night. But it sometimes takes him a quarter, a half, 3 quarters to really get into the game and not throw stupid passes, not miss assignments on the defensive end. It takes him a little bit. And that is why I give him C plus, because I think he could do better. And I think he will do better as we get to the second half of the season. I think he will do better. Deuce is getting an A. When Deuce has showed up, top 3-point shooter on the team, defensive ace, definitely should be considered for all defense this year. Takes the toughest assignments. Deuce is A. Okay, Deuce is A. And then Shamet. I'm going to give Shamet an A, even though he's also missed a lot of time. Knockdown shooter, lockdown defense. And I've seen him so many times literally fighting to keep somebody out the paint. Somebody like a Jaylen Brown out the paint. Somebody like a Donovan Mitchell. Somebody like a Edgecombe, keeping him out the paint, fighting with everything he has. I love that. And so I give him also an A. So, and in that regard, that's why the team that is doing so well and is on the upswing is because of how well. Look, I gave Mitch Rob an A. I gave Deuce an A. I give Shaman an A. Because why? Because that's how they're performing from the bench. And again, you want to win a chip, you're going to need a bench that performs at a high level. And the Knicks have that. Now, Diawara, I'll give him an A. Why? Diawara already, we said this in the summer. Muhammad Diawara came into the league, showed it in summer league, playing NBA level defense. He's already shown it. You know, I mean, look, we're looking at Brunson. Brunson is just showing a semblance of NBA defense this year. It took Julius Randle a good 6 seasons to show NBA level defense. It's not something that, for many reasons, the game moves so fast, you got to be able to react defensively. Not everybody can. So when you get a guy that comes into the league playing NBA, doesn't get confused, doesn't get backdoor, doesn't get tricked, that's high level right there. And then to have the nerve to start hitting 3-pointers, I'm giving him an A. Okay, I'm giving him an A, no doubt. No doubt. Again, that's the bench. That's the bench. OG gets an A. OG gets an A. All to me, if he is not all defense, I'm not even paying attention to that category no more. There's no way. OG gets an A. OG can literally and has done. I'm not talking theory. We have seen OG guard 1 through 5 successfully for the Knicks this year. 1 through 5. From the biggest centers like Joker or Embiid to guard and point guards like Maxey. He's done all that. Okay. So OG, and then of course, OG is shooting. If I got to go, I'm looking at the stats now. If I'm looking at the Knicks stat, I'll guarantee OG shooting at least 37, 38% from three. Let me see here. OG is shooting 37% from three on 6 attempts a game. Come on, baby. Come on. Hey, the thing is, what makes the Knicks a championship team, one of the things, is you have OG, McCall, Shamet, Deuce, Diawara, Mitchell Robinson, and now you all of those are 6 guys that can all guard multiple positions. So McCall is able, when he's in the game, when his head is in the game, he's able to guard 1 through 4. OG is able to guard 1 through 5. Mitchell Robinson can guard 2 through 5. You got now Deuce can guard 1 through 3, 1 through 4. You got Shamet that can guard 1 through 3, 1 through 4. That makes it hard to switch against this team. And what we really need for Jalen Brunson to continue to do, because he started doing it in this 10-2 run they had before the break. Jalen Brunson was doing this. Fight like hell to keep people out your paint from the point of attack. He was doing that. That's part of the reason they were winning them games. Jalen Brunson, when he's the weak link on defense, and he usually becomes that when he's hogging the ball. When he's hogging the ball, he becomes a weak link on defense too. I don't know why, but that's what happens. When he's letting the ball move and he uses his energy to fight from people getting in the paint, he's very good for the whole team, I mean. Okay, so if he can continue to do that, that's going to be a key for the Knicks. Because, again, I can't get it out of my head, the visions, the picture of Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson getting continually attacked from Nesmith, Halliburton, Shepard, Nembhard, continually attacked last year. With Siakam on pick and rolls because they were going too low, because they were going under, because they were slow to react, because they would let the paint go. All of that. So now they're doing much better job in those categories. And so the key here is Brunson and Cat. That's the key here. Okay. What's up, Andrew Abraham? Who I miss? Lorenzo, Dio, Miss Edwards. What's up? Tony Tippins. Said Mr. Pettit, Michael Servant, Kev Berg, Walter White. So yeah, passing like that. I'm not sure of your question. Do you want to hear another ball handler from some people? I will say this, and I think I've said it before. The Knicks don't need anything else. People still pining about what they need are delusional. It's like you're expecting an all-star at every position. You'll never have a perfect team. Even champions are not perfect. You will never have a perfect team. Okay? So people are always complaining because they think we should get a perfect team. And even in their little deluded mind, they think whatever they're claiming we need makes the team perfect. They don't need nothing else. Okay? You're not going to have a more perfect team than you got right now. You're not going to have perfect NBA players. They're the best 400 basketball players on planet Earth, and you need to put them in positions to succeed, and you need to have them playing their role at the highest level. You got that. See, and part of the problem is the short-sighted, overreactive media causes short-sighted, overreactive fans to join them. It's almost like, I still get it every year. You'll get people say, this was a winnable game. And it's like they're blaming the Knicks for losing the game. Like, They shouldn't have lost this game. And they have it every loss. Like, in other words, you listen to them, Knicks should go 82-0. And no team has ever done that. Okay? They should never have a losing streak. And no team has ever done that. But the Knicks are so terrible because they did. And that's what I'm saying. I can't listen to these dumb ass people on some of these so-called Knick content. I just can't. Somebody gave me said, this guy is just like you. I can't watch it. I'm not looking to look at people that are just like me. I'm not looking to look at anybody. Just telling y'all. Y'all don't need to send me links for somebody's Knick channel. I don't need it. I don't want it. Because I've been so frustrated listening to some of these clowns. I just don't, I'm too old to be allowing myself to get hyped up from some knucklehead with a laptop. Okay? I don't care if you think, oh, these like, I don't care. Fine. Yes, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to see it. Clarkson, incomplete. I'm going to give Clarkson an incomplete because Clarkson has not had the full opportunity to prove himself, in my view. Clarkson, former sixth man of the year, is used to getting 20 to 25 minutes per game. He has not gotten that here. Now, I'm not trying to blame Mike Brown on Clarkson's incomplete, and I'm not trying to blame Clarkson either. Sometimes it is what it is. What you going to do? You got to play Deuce 20-something minutes. You got to play Shamet 20-something minutes. Okay? So somebody's going to get iced out. That's what many people don't understand. They should be playing this guy more. How? Where? Even now, the reason Sohan and Diawara are going to play is because you do not have Deuce right now. So you're going to have OG back. You're going to get Shamet. Okay? You're going to have Alvarado. You're going to have Mitchell Robinson. You're going to have Sohan, and you're going to have Diawara. That's 5. That's the max you can play in a modern NBA. 5, if you want to win. Okay? So once Deuce gets back, somebody's losing their spot. And I'm going to tell you, Sohan decided to come to the Knicks because he believes he can play. He was not playing in San Antonio because they got Stephen Castle. They got Dylan Harper. They got Devin Vassell. There were too many guys that could shoot and play defense on San Antonio, where he was not that guy. So he just didn't fit. Because Castle, Harper, Vassell are two-way players that can shoot. Okay. Then, of course, you got Barnes, veteran. What you going to do? So somebody's not playing. It was Sohan. Sohan did not come to the Knicks to not play. Sohan's, comparatively speaking, to Diawara, is a veteran. I'm not saying he's going to be worse or better. He's a veteran. 2 guys, same size. One's a veteran, one's a rookie. Who's playing? See? So everybody's not going to play. So for Clarkson, he got iced out. We just too deep. Okay, we too deep. What you going to do? Sit Deuce? Hell no. What you going to do? Sit Shaman? Hell no. What you going to do? Sit Alvarado? Brunson? No. Somebody's iced out. Same with Kolek. There's no slight on Kolek. I like Kolek. But where he going to play? You can't put him in the game. There's no room. There's no minutes. There's 240 minutes allotted per game. Okay? You got to figure out who going to get to 10, at least 10. It's hard to do. Okay? It's hard to do. So that's what I mean. So your Clarkson situation is just it's an unfortunate situation. I believe Clarkson can contribute if given opportunity on a consistent basis. He's not been given that because they don't have the minutes. I was wondering about Alvarado, if you recall. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying Alvarado was a bad player, and some of y'all didn't catch that memo. I was saying, where is he going to play? Because I saw Shamet, I saw Deuce, I saw Brunson, I saw Kolek. I said, where's he going to play? But I didn't know what the Don already knew, that Deuce was going to miss significant time, and here come Alvarado. See, the Don already knew that. I didn't. Okay? With Sohan, Okay, if you recall, what were we talking about? Sohan, we were talking about Sadiq Bey, and we were talking about Precious Achua, right? Why? Because Yabusele wasn't working out, and that would be one of them three would get Yabusele's spot in the rotation, but he was supposed to play. Okay, so it ends up being Sohan. Okay, and of course we like Sohan. I like all three of them cats. All of them can guard multiple positions. Bey, as we have seen, can shoot the three. Precious and Sohan, high motor, multiple guard, multiple position, high energy, can add to the boards, can play tough. Okay. Yep, I did. I liked Sohan in the draft that year. I thought I saw a little Dennis Rodman, and that's a big time because of the defense and the rebound. But he handled the ball a little bit more than Rodman. As it turns out, he's not Rodman on the boards. Well, who is? He's not Rodman on the boards, but energy, defense, ball handling. He can do all that. Okay, he can do all that. So now when Mitchell Robinson sits in a back-to-back, you do not need to worry about who poured it. You could use Sohan. Okay, so you got now, let me tell y'all what y'all don't know yet. Well, you should, but if Mitchell Robinson, it's a back-to-back. So now you're going to have Cat starting. If OG's available, he's going to play some 5. And then there's Sohan. I was looking at Sohan's stats in not this year, but his first 3 years in San Antonio. When he was the small ball 5, he had some of the biggest plus minuses on that team. Okay, when he was the small ball 5. So he does that very well. Just like the only person that I saw, two players that I saw successfully guard Shaquille O'Neal in his prime, one-on-one, was Dennis Rodman and Ben Wallace. Those are the only two. Nobody could guard Shaq one-on-one. He was just really too strong for everybody. Literally. You couldn't do nothing with him. He got that ball in the block, and he was going to let you ride him and flush it on you, but not Rodman and not Ben Wallace. I think we got that guy in Sohan. Okay. He is annoying. And Dennis Rodman had both Shaq and Karl Malone wanting to fight him. He was so annoying. That's right. He had Karl Malone and Shaq wanting to fight him because he was so annoying to them. That's Sohan. Okay. Sohan's going to be annoying to everybody he guards. You want that. Okay. You want that on your team. So that's good. That's very good. Yeah, everybody else. There's nobody else. Somebody mentioned Chris Dudley. I don't know. I can't remember Chris Dudley being able to guard Shaq successfully without help. Nobody could guard him without help. The only guys that I saw really guard him was those two guys without help. But and both of those, neither of those guys, whatever you like. I think Ben Wallace was more like 6'8", 6'9", and of course Dennis Rodman was like 6'8", but neither of them was 7 feet tall. And they could guard Shaq. Okay, neither of them. Okay, but yeah, Alvarado's annoying too. But we're talking about from the 5. So what we're dealing with here right now is when Mitchell Robinson is not playing because it's a back-to-back, you don't have to worry about it. You've got Sohan. That's what Sohan's here for. Okay, so I know. Dio. Okay, I was like to say, I said that's something I didn't say. I remember Dudley. But I don't remember him playing guard no Shaq. In fact, wasn't it Dudley? Shaq said you could be a vegetarian, you could eat right, you could lift weights, and you get on the court, and I will still bust your ass. It's like it don't matter what you do. Pretty much, he was right, except with Dennis Rodman and Ben Wallace. You see, so well, that's what I'm just saying. It's going to be Diawara. The rookie's going to lose minutes. It ain't going to be Sohan. Sohan's going to play. Okay? So right now, they're both going to play because Deuce is not there. OG's going to be back. So you're going to have a 5-man second unit with Sohan, Diawara, Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, and Alvarado. You're going to have a 5-man second unit. Nice, man. That's a nice defensive second unit. That's a beautiful defensive second unit. But when you get Deuce back, somebody going to sit. I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to be Shaman because of his shooting and defense. It ain't going to be Alvarado. So it's going to be Diawara. The rookie's going to sit. The rookie always loses out. This is a championship level team. So the rookie's going to lose out. Okay? That's Diawara. Diawara's going to have his time, but the rookie always loses out. I know. So yeah. So there you go. So yeah, Diawara he's going to lose minutes in this. Now, I still think, Mike Brown was kind of toying with Diawara, giving him 5 minutes, starting him and giving him 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I think he's still going to get that 5 or 6 minutes. He just won't be the rotation piece. It'll be Sohan. Okay. And listen, we all love Diawara. I think I can speak for y'all. We all love Muhammad Diawara. He can ball. He's got a future in the NBA. And he's got a future on the Knicks. But we're trying to win this chip right here. So you got to let the grown-ass men go out there. That, in this case, that's Jeremy Sohan, even though he's only 22 years old. You got to let the grown-ass man out there now. So this is Jeremy Sohan. So, oh, man, the Knicks got a squad. The good news that I heard this week, which I didn't know, I think it was Malik told me. Malik, I think it was you. Somebody told me that the expansion teams can only choose one player from each team, which is good, which means that the Knicks can protect 8, and then of the other 5 or 6, only one can be taken from an expansion team. So the max they could lose is 2 players, one from each expansion team, which is good. Okay, which is good. That was you, Dio? Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. One of y'all told me that. Yeah, so I think it's next year, Malik. Yeah, it's next year. I think they're planning it for 26, 27. Because then next year they're going to play. So that means this coming summer, we don't have to lose anybody because the Knicks got some signings to do. We got to re-sign Shaman. We don't have to re-sign Alvarado because we got him. We don't have to re-sign Deuce because we got him. We got to re-sign Mitchell Robinson. So Shaman and Mitchell Robinson got to be re-signed. Okay, we got to get them back. And then there's Sohan. Sohan's also going to be, I think he's going to be unrestricted. Let me just double check that. I think he's going to be unrestricted this summer. He's up for an extension. But none of these guys are going to cost anywhere near like max money or anything like that. None of them are going to be like too expensive. Mitchell Robinson, of those guys, Mitchell Robinson probably the most expensive. But Jeremy Sohan, he's unrestricted this summer. Shaman is unrestricted. Mitch Robb is unrestricted. Clarkson is unrestricted, but I think Clarkson's probably not going to be around. So yeah, and well, Pacome Daddier is guaranteed 2.9, almost 3 next year, and then you got Kolek is guaranteed 2.3 next year. So in order to make room, they may need to move 1 or 2 of those young men in order to make room, especially now you got Deuce, Alvarado, Shaman, so it's tough. It's going to be tough because the thing is, let me ask you, if you are Tyler Kolek and you're playing the way you're playing this year, and next year is your last year on this contract, do you want to stay with the Knicks? You're Tyler Kolek. Do you want to stay with the Knicks after this season? You are on the last year of your deal. You got Deuce McBride in front of you, Jalen Brunson in front of you, and now Jose Alvarado in front of you. Do you want to stay with the Knicks? No, you don't want to stay with the Knicks. That's what I'm trying to tell some of y'all. I would keep Kolek. You could want to, but if you're Tyler Kolek, you want to go someplace where you can play. You're at least in the rotation, if not starting. Okay, that's what you want. And why? Because if you let him start, he can make more money. Right? So if Tyler Kolek was a starter, if he was playing 25, 30 minutes a game, his stats would be pretty good. Okay? His stats would be pretty good. I'm going to say he would be a double-double in terms of assists and points. I think we can – what do y'all think? I think he would. If you gave him a starting role, he's a double-double guy, assists, points. he's going to be a 90% or close to that free throw shooter. He's going to be a 40% 3-point shooter. That's if he's starting. And right now, he's got 3 guys ahead of him. It was the same situation with our boy. It was the same situation with Quickly. Quickly was a starter coming off the bench, but there was no way he wasn't going to start over Jalen Brunson. Okay, so Quickly needed to go someplace where he has a chance to start. And look what happened. He goes to Toronto. What does he do? He gets a $175 million deal. Okay, that's Tyler Kolek. Okay, that's Kolek's problem. He's not going to play above JB, obviously. He's not going to play above Deuce. He's not going to play above Shaman. He's not going to play above Alvarado. So he needs to go someplace where he can play. That's why I think Tyler Kolek's and Don, if you didn't know this yet, he hooks up Knicks players when they go to another situation. He gets what he could get, but he also hooks you up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyler Kolek traded this summer. Someplace where the Knicks can move his salary and open up space so they can re-sign some of their own guys, but at the same time, where Kolek can be in the rotation. Yeah. I think Kolek's probably 14 and 10. I think Kolek's a double dude. Like he's gonna be a dude. He might even be more than that, but he's at least a 14 and 10. Kyler Kolek could get 10 assists, without even trying. The boy could pass the basketball, and as he gets more confident, he's gonna be a better shooter as well. So he's really ready, but he's not gonna play. He's just not gonna play right now. And why would he? The Knicks are doing very good with what they got. So is what it is. So Kolek, I think he's a candidate to be moved this summer. Okay. Daddy is questionable because Daddy still has upside and Daddy is still very young. See, Kolek is going to be 25. I think, am I lying yet? Kolek going to be 25 this March. He's 24 now. In March, he's going to be 25. Let me just make sure of that. Yeah, next month. That's right. Kolek's birthday is March 27th. So Kolek going to be 25 years old. He ain't got time to be waiting for another year, man. He's trying to get paid. Whereas Daddy is 21. Daddy like 21. He can wait, and we got upside with him. And he's a wing. It's going to be hard for him to find minutes, though, but I'd like to keep him. I'd really like to keep him if we could, but we'll see. I don't think they will have any problems moving either of those guys into somebody's cap space. I don't think they would. Like, I don't think they have to take back money to move either of those guys. Okay, so that's right there, $5 million. That could be Shaman. That's Shaman's money. See what I'm saying? That could be Shaman money right there. That $5 million. So we'll see. No, I have no concerns with Deuce McBride at all. Zero. I have zero concerns about Deuce McBride. Absolutely zero. I never have. If anybody knows me and been listening to me from before this kid was drafted, I have no concerns with Deuce McBride. I still don't. If Deuce was 28, 29 and dealing with this, I might have some. But Deuce is 25. I ain't worried about him. He's not injury prone. He's not fragile. The kid is tough as nails, and he's still going to be tough as nails. So I'm not worried about Deuce at all. Zero concern. Anybody having concern with Deuce needs to go somewhere else. Don't come to me because I don't want to hear it. Yeah. So, no concerns with Deuce. And even though Shaman has hurt his shoulder, and his shoulder's obviously a weak link on him, I'm keeping Shaman. The reason is, how many guys shoot and play defense at the level of a Landry Shaman? How many guys hit clutch threes at the level of a Landry Shaman? And you're getting him on an NBA minimum. Oh, hell no. I'm keeping Shaman. I don't care if Shaman only plays 60 games. I'm keeping him. Okay? I'm keeping him. Keeping him, no doubt. Okay? So, yeah. No. I'm not having no concerns. So this is the situation, Jay Kelly. We were just talking about that. The 2 expansion teams are going to come into existence not this summer, but the following summer. They will be permitted to pick one guy off each team. The guy, now this is, I looked up the rules. I think Do, you brought this to my mind, so I went and looked it up. So they can only choose guys that are under contract or restricted free agents. They cannot choose unrestricted free agents. Okay, they cannot choose unrestricted. They can only choose guys that are under contract and unprotected or restricted free agents. Okay, so for example, if it was this summer, you got Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, and Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, who else? And Deuce. Well, no, not Deuce. Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, that are unrestricted free agents right now. And Sohan, unrestricted free agents. So they could not choose any of those guys. You know why? That makes sense, because those, then that's limiting. But those guys, they're unrestricted. They can choose whatever they want. So you can't pick unrestricted. You can pick Daddy if he's not protected. He's a restricted free agent. You can pick him. Okay. You don't get anything. You just lose a player. You lose the player and you lose a salary. That's it. You don't get nothing for it. That's what happens when you got an expansion. You don't get nothing for it. You just lose the salary. So the salary, if you're going to get, the salary comes off your books. Okay. That's why you can protect 8 guys. I wish they stretched it to 9, because then we'd really be in good shape, right? But you can protect 8 guys. So yeah. Oh yes. Is Mo D, is he restricted? That's a problem, isn't it? Kumo D's restricted, right? He's restricted. Let me just say, I think he is. Yeah, he's available. I mean, I'll be honest. If it was me, I told y'all it would be the starting 5. It would be Mitch, Rob, Deuce, and Diawara. I would protect them. Mitch, Rob, Deuce, and Diawara. I don't have to worry about protecting Shaman. He's UFA, right? I don't have to worry about protecting. I don't even have to worry about protecting Mitch, Rob, because he's UFA. So I might get Diawara and somebody else, like maybe, I don't know who's restricted or who's under contract. Maybe Deuce, and I don't even know. But yeah, Mo is UFA. Yeah, or maybe Kolek. Yeah, right. Somebody, well, no, Kolek's not restricted. He's not restricted. Kolek is under contract, 2.3 next year. So he can't, you could take him. You could take him. That's what happens. Unrestricted is Sohan, Clarkson, Shamet, Mitch Rob. All of them unrestricted. Jose Alvarado's got a player option at 4.5 for next season. Deuce is owed about 4 for next season. Daddy A is under contract. He might be somebody that could be poached. Although you got to figure they're going to need some. No, Alvarado's under contract. They could take him. You're right, Dio. He's under contract, so they can take him. Yes, they can take him. Let me not. Yeah, he's under contract. He's not unrestricted. He's under contract. Yeah, I am sure too. Kevin Bergen. It's right. The Rose ain't waiting to the last minute to handle this business. He already got a plan. Okay, he know who he protected. So. OG, no. OG, and somebody said 4 to 6 weeks for the toe thing. No. 4 to 6 weeks. You talking about? Must be talking about Dukes, not OG. Let me see. I'm looking it up. I think he'll be ready. I think OG is gonna be ready. OG is listed as day-to-day, and he'll be back. And they say he's expected to rest during the break with a potential return for the Knicks game against Detroit on February 19th. So I don't know what knucklehead is talking about 4 to 6 weeks, but we can safely ignore that. Who was that? Was that John? Yeah, John Petty. You don't have to worry about that. We're getting him back. The only guy that we're going to be missing longer term is Deuce. That's it. Everybody else is going to be back. Yeah, we got Sohan anyway, but I want to see OG start, and I want Sohan and Diawara to play. I want to see all that, man, because I want to see Diawara and Sohan tandem out there. Diawara at the 3, Sohan at the 4. Oh man, this is gonna be nice. Or Sohan at the 5, Diawara at the 4. Yeah, the defensive unit in the second unit man. You're talking about Alvarado, Shamit, Mitchell Robinson, Sohan, and Diawara. Now Diawara will get some shots in that, in that unit. He'll get some shots up. So, yeah. Something about his nail, his toenail, something. So he'll be all right. OG will be back. Not worry about him. He'll be back. We'll be good. Okay, we'll be good. So right now, though, the Knicks are 10 deep without Deuce. With Deuce, they'll be 11 deep. With Deuce, they'll be 11 deep. It's gonna be mad crazy. I mean, man, wow, wow. I mean, shoot, it's on, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Now, projection for the second half. So right now, the Knicks have played 55 games. They're 35-20. That leaves 27 games left. I think we're going to play so the winning percentage right now for the Knicks, their winning percentage in the standings right now is 636. I think we're going to see an over 70% winning percentage to close out the season from this team. I say at least 70, probably higher, maybe even 75 to close out this campaign for the Knicks. So I think we're on an uptick, getting Sohan, and now getting Sohan where he's going to have time to work into the defensive schemes. He's not going on no vacation. He's going to spend with Alvarado. They're going to spend all this break in New York, and they're going to be working on getting these schemes together. And it's going to be on point. So it's 52 wins, Richard. So let me see. If you win, let's say 27 games. If they win 75% of the games, 0.75 times 27, that's 20 more wins. That plus 35, I see them at 55, which is what I put at their number in the beginning of the season. They could win 55 games. If they win 70% of the games left times 27, they'll win plus 35. They'll win 54 games. So I think we're pretty much in there. We're in there. Yeah. The defensive unit in the squad is gonna be crazy. Yes, the Knicks just need to put Clint Stewart. You're right. Number 1 seed is the goal. But the Knicks just need to put their head down and play. You can't control what Detroit does. All you can do is play who's in front of you and win as much as possible. So they just got to do that. Starting with Detroit on February 19th. Right away. See, so starts right away with Detroit on February 19th. Yeah. So, I'm looking at 55, between 54 and 55 for this team, especially with the squad we got right now with Sohan added to it with Alvarado. This is a hell of a team, y'all. Hell of a squad we got. I mean, really, we haven't had. Honestly, I have to be honest. The thought did pass through my mind. What would Tibbs do with this team? What would Tibbs do with this team? I don't know. I mean, damn, gone, man. I don't know. But Detroit, Malik, there is a thing. It's a thing. Maturity level as a team is a thing. For Isaiah Stewart to be that out of control shows you they're not really ready. They're not really ready. Cade is ready. But Duran and Isaiah, they need a little bit more maturity. If they were real mature, that wouldn't even be a thing. They wouldn't even be talking about fighting. But that's where we're at right now. Somebody was like, do we need an enforcer? Like, that's somebody that's getting caught up in thinking that we need to match that stupidness Detroit is doing. We need a team that's tough, but we don't need fighters. The whole enforcer thing left with the 90s, Oh, yeah, that's it, Vince. We can just put Bridges on the shelf and just take Dylan Brooks off the shelf like he's just a loaf of bread we can just grab. And then, once you get up from your high and, you lose that, you'll think about what you just said and realize how stupid it sounds. Anyway, if you have a championship team, you do not unprotect any of your starting five because of the continuity you have. You don't just put pieces in there. Stop playing NBA 2K because you're gambling too much. You're messing with your whole thing. Messing. You would. Oh my God! Stop it. No. No. Anyway. Yeah. Leave Dylan Brooks alone. We got enough. We got enough. Sohan, Alvarado. We got enough. That's right. Sohan's not worried about points. That's what reminds me of Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman wasn't worried about scoring. He wanted to rebound and D up and not turn the ball over. And I mean, while Sohan is not Dennis Rodman on the boards, but he is defense and he does handle the ball very well. So, yeah. Don't come in here talking about letting one of the starting five go for the damn expansion. What is wrong with you? Damn. Yeah, exactly, Marvin. Let them cook. It says Sohan gets punked by Vanderbilt. I don't give a crap. Okay, so he does. See, Mr. Baptiste, our problem right now is Detroit. Our problem is Detroit right now. That's our problem. Does Sohan get punked by anybody on Detroit? I don't think so. In fact, I know he doesn't. So what happens with LA? But Detroit. Ain't nobody in Detroit punks him. He ain't scared of Isaiah Stewart. He ain't scared of Duran. He ain't scared of none of them cats. Yeah, Mob D ready to go, baby. That's what I'm saying. So let's do this thing, man. Let's do this thing. That's all we worry. We concerned with Detroit right now. We got to win games, and we're gonna have to. Us in Detroit got a destiny date. There's no doubt. We got a destiny date. Okay. Well, Detroit, I won't sleep on them making the finals. I'm not gonna sleep on them. They're capable, but I think the Knicks are more mature team. And as great as Bickerstaff has done with that team, I think the Knicks will execute down the stretch. They got their own assassin, a legit assassin in Cade Cunningham. He is an assassin. There's no doubt about it. But I think the Knicks got too many weapons. And we can match or exceed. Well, let me not say exceed because they do very well. But we can match Detroit's intensity and physicality. We can match their intensity and physicality. Yeah, so we're gonna see Richard Baptiste. It's gonna be that first game after the break is gonna be exciting, isn't it? It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna see Sohan and Diawara. We're gonna see Detroit with Detroit. Well, only thing, Detroit's not gonna have Isaiah Stewart, and they're not gonna have Duran against us. They're gonna have Paul Reed, who is balling. Paul Reed's a Knick killer. No matter what team he's been on, he's always been a Knick killer. Rebounding like nobody's business. All of a sudden he becomes like Dennis Rodman when he plays the Knicks. And here we go though. Here we go. Yeah, I was surprised the Knicks lost 2 games, the first 2 games of the series against Indiana. That was the series right there. Just like the Knicks beat Boston, coming back from 20 down to beat Boston twice. So, I don't know. I mean, D.O., I'm not saying he can't, but y'all don't sleep on Cade Cunningham, man. Cade Cunningham is that dude, man. He really is. So it's not like anybody can really guard him, but I agree with you. I would put Sohan on him. I would. Just like I would have OG on him to start the game. I wouldn't even have McCall on him. I'd have OG on him to start the game because OG can could go finesse with you if you want, and he can go muscle with you if you want. But outside of that, if I'm not playing Diawara on him, I need somebody with some length. That's Diawara, that's Sohan, 7-foot wingspan. I would send them on Cade because Cade is one of the best right now at getting in the paint. And at 6'7", with the long wingspan he has, he's like SGA. He gets in the paint. You're talking about an 8-foot shot, which they're going to make 80% of the time. Okay. That's what makes them tough. So Cade against anybody is going to be a tough match to stop him from getting in the paint. And even if you are able to battle him, you got to be able to stop him from shooting over you. So yes, Sohan, OG, DOR, we got the personnel to deal with a Cade, in a 7-game series. So you're going to need that. What you don't want is Alvarado. Cade will back that little dude down and just turn around jumper all night long, man. All night long. So, yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Yeah, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be exciting to see our Knicks in Detroit go at it. Mano a mano. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. And I also think the Knicks have been playing better when they're not worried about foul trouble. Yes, it gets frustrating, cat foul out or whatever, but they play better when they're not concerned about foul trouble. Just play your game. Be aggressive. No matter what the refs call, play your game. And whatever happens, just live with it. Whatever happens, happens. Just live with it. Okay? So we're all right, though. I think we're going to be okay. Okay? I think we are, y'all. I think we're going to be okay. We just got to get Deuce back and be ready for the playoffs. That's what we got to do. The Knicks got a very tough schedule coming up, as y'all know. They got at least a 5-game West Coast road trip coming up after the break in March. The good thing is that 2 of those games are back-to-back with the Lakers and the Clippers in the same building. So it's not like they got to travel anywhere. But they got a 3-game road trip, Chicago, Cleveland, and Milwaukee. They got a back-to-back in New York against Houston and at Chicago. Hey, that's tough, but I'm not worried about that. Then you go into March and they got Denver, Lakers, Clippers, Utah, Indiana on the road. That's a tough stretch. That's their last tough stretch of the season as far as back-to-backs, road trips and all that. They got another 4-gamer late March, Charlotte, who's been playing really well, Oklahoma City, at Houston, and then it's a back-to-back at Houston, at Memphis. That's the last real one, but by then we should have Deuce back. So let's see how we're going to do. Are they not in the same building, Clint Stewart? No. I thought they played in the same building. They don't play in the same building? So the Clippers got their own facility? Yeah, I didn't know that. Really? Let me look here. I didn't know that. Clippers got their own facility. I thought they were playing in the same building as the Lakers. Let me see. I don't know. I didn't know that. I thought they played in the same building. Oh, they got their brand new spot? Oh, okay. But it's the same city, though. Still LA, right? Okay, so it's not, I guess, okay, it's not the same building. I'll give you that. But let's just say they don't have to get on no plane or no bus, right? They can just stay in LA and they playing in the same city. So their hotel room will be their hotel room for like 3 nights, right? So they're going to be there. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I was behind in that. I thought the Lakers and Clippers still played in the same building. Okay, so. We just went through that, Anthony, but I'll go through it again for you. Okay, so we're talking about the starting 5 plus Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, and Muhammad Diawara. That's who I'm protecting. I'm protecting them. Yeah, so we're talking about the starting 5 plus Mitchell Robinson, Muhammad Diawara, and Deuce McBride. That's who I'm protecting. All of them guys. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks sign guys to 1-year contracts so they'd be unrestricted that summer. Right? The Don would do something like that. Sign Landry Shamet to a 1-year, $6 million deal and then wait till next year and then he's unrestricted, So we'll see. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, but yeah, that's who I'll protect. Starting 5, Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, and Muhammad Diawara. I'm protecting them. Muhammad is a very high. Deuce and Muhammad both are extremely high value. Deuce's value Deuce is the best contract in the NBA. He's worth 3 times what he's being paid. Everybody knows it. And so you protect him. And of course, you're paying 1.2 million to Muhammad Diawara. And let's say they extend him. They're not going to extend him for more than 2 million a year. And so that is tremendous value you're getting. A kid that could start, a kid that could guard 1 through 5, and he's only 20. He'll be not even be 21 yet. Oh, shoot. That's value. Yeah. All right. So what free agents? So we have this coming summer. The free agents are Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, Jeremy Sohan. We have, as of this summer, they'll have 17.6 million in second apron space. We're gonna have to create some more space first. So I want to lose. Like I'm saying, I would lose. Well, I'm gonna lose. Well, Clarkson's unrestricted. I'm not re-signing him. They're not playing him. Shamet is not Shamet. Daddy and Kolek. So Daddy and Kolek. So you lose those 2 contracts into somebody's cap space, and that takes you into $23 million of second apron space. So $23 million of second apron space. You can afford to pay Mitchell Robinson $15 million. You can afford to pay Landry Shamet. I don't know. That's interesting. How are we paying Landry? And Sohan. So you got 15 for Mitch Rob. Now, I start Mitch Rob at 13. I give him 4 years, 52. And then I now have 11 million to split between Sohan and Shamet. That's what I would try to do. Yeah, because I ain't got to worry about Deuce this year. Diawara, I'm giving $2 million, and I'm going to move on. We're going to keep him for $2 million, and we're not giving him a whole bunch of money this year. Even for $2 million, okay. But I'm surprised they didn't sign him to an extension yet. But it doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm keeping Diawara. No, Miss Edwards, please count the ways we don't need Kolek. No, you can't keep him for insurance. How many point guards do we now have? We have insurance. Who do we have? We got Brunson, Deuce, Alvarado, and Shamet plays point guard. So you have 4 point guards. Why do you need to keep one for insurance? And as we spoke of earlier, if you're Kolek and you're going to be 25 this year, do you want to make more money? Which means you want to go someplace where you could at least be in a rotation, if not start. So no, he's not. I don't think he's going to be. I would be surprised if the Knicks keep Kolek. He could be a real point guard. That's what we're really talking about, Ms. Edwards, is effectiveness, practicality. It doesn't matter if they're real point guards or not. Can they fill in if Brunson gets hurt? That's really what we're talking about. And they all can. Deuce, Alvarado, and Shamet. So the real point guard is a relevant conversation that some purist wants to do. Can we still win with Deuce, Shamet, and Alvarado if Brunson is hurt? Yes, we can still do it. So the pure point guard is irrelevant. That's somebody who wants to argue who's a point guard and who's not. My argument is who can play the position, right? That's my argument. Who can play the position? All 3 of those guys. So you don't need to worry about that. Okay. So that's all. But no, I'm not worried about Kolek. I know Kolek. I like Kolek, but the real is Kolek's 25 in March. Kolek's going to be on 1 more year at 2.3. Kolek can start for a lot of teams. Kolek, I wouldn't say he starts for Milwaukee because that guard that they got there is really good, and I don't think he's going to start over him. But Kolek could be a backup in Milwaukee. Kolek could, because he's a cheaper option than Kevin Porter Jr. at that position. He's a cheaper option. You can get him. You can get him for a backup in Minnesota. You can get him, there's a number of teams. You can even talk about him starting for Brooklyn. I think it's a realistic. If you're talking about Kolek starting for the Brooklyn Nets, he could do that. Okay, so and the Nets would be glad to have him. See, so yeah, I think Kolek goes somewhere this summer. I don't see him coming back after this year. He's just too good to be the fourth option, to be the fourth, in terms of depth chart. He's third or fourth on the depth chart. Let's give him third. So you got Brunson, Deuce, Alvarado, and he'd be fourth still. Brunson, Deuce, Alvarado, and then Kolek. He's fourth on the depth chart, and that's a good, and that's in the best scenario. I can't. Kolek could go to Brooklyn and start. There's nobody there that's better than him right now. I don't see who's better than Kolek right now in Brooklyn at the point guard spot. I don't see anybody. To me, he could start there. Okay, and they got the money. They can just take him from the Knicks into their cap space. So I would do that. But right now you got to remember the Knicks are a championship team. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We would. Dio, that's exactly what I'm saying. So if you were to trade both Kolek and Daddy into somebody's, I'm saying cap space, which means we don't take no money back. You're now talking about $5.2 million that you open up in your second apron space. $5.2 million. Okay. Why wouldn't they, Miss Edwards? Why not? He's the fourth. He's the fourth point guard in New York. Why wouldn't they send him to Brooklyn? I don't understand your logic. You seem determined to not believe Kolek would go somewhere. I'm telling you he would. I'm telling you he would. There's no logic that says keep him as the fourth option just because we want him. The boy wants to play. The boy wants to play. Okay? And he wants to make money. So to me, I'm just naming teams that he would fit with. He would fit with Brooklyn. He would fit with Milwaukee. He would fit in Minnesota. He would fit as a backup in San Antonio. It ain't about what we gave, but this is business, y'all. Y'all think in terms of feelings and emotions. You got to think in terms of business. This is business. Dio, the thing is, I don't know what I'd get for Kolek and Daddy except cap space. And for the Knicks, you're talking about a championship level team. You're not worried about adding players. We got too many players. We want cap space. Every team has an agenda. The Knicks' agenda is cap space. That's the agenda. What we get back is almost irrelevant. We'd rather just get second. If we can get second round picks, that would be tremendous. But cap space is the thing. When you're a championship team, cap space becomes more important. So for us, we're just trying to open up cap space. So right now they're at 17.6 million. If you add 5.3, you're almost talking 23 million right there. So that's more important than who we get back. Can we get second round picks? Fine. I do that. Okay. Can we get second round picks? I'll do that. So that's it. Richard Baptiste, if you're trying to imply that you think the Knicks are seriously going to go after Giannis this summer, the only way that happens is if Cat falls on his face completely. And that's not going to happen. So, no, we're not even worried about Giannis. That's just a conversation for clickbait. That ain't going to happen. Giannis is going to be 32 next fall. 32. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So, yeah, so I'm thinking for Kolek and Daddy, can you get second round pick? Can I get 3 second rounders for those two? I'll take it. Because I need cap space. The priority is not let's get another all-star at the 12th position. It's cap space we're talking about. So can I create 23 million in cap space by moving those two players? I need the 23 million. I got to re-sign Mitchell Robinson. I got to re-sign Landry Shamet. I got to re-sign, who else we got? Landry Shamet, Mitchell Robinson, missing somebody. Who am I missing? Jeremy Sohan. I got to re-sign Sohan. I got to re-sign Diawara. I need cap space. I don't need players. I need cap space. Okay? We don't need no players. Cap space is what we need. Okay. And Richard Baptiste, you think everybody's LeBron? Wait. Why are you bringing up LeBron? That's like saying, Pete Rose had 4,000 hits. Why can't everybody get 4,000 hits? Why can't Lindor get 4,000 hits? Pete Rose did it. Why can't LeBron get six MVPs? Jabbar did it. I mean, that's terrible logic. Come on. You can't compare LeBron to anybody else. I mean, it's very rare somebody plays like that. So no. LeBron's 41. Okay, great. That got nothing to do with Giannis. Giannis is top 5. That's right. Guys like that fall off the cliff very quickly. Okay. Yeah, we got to get cap space. We need these 3 guys back. We don't need more players. We got the guys we need. We need to keep our guys. And add to that Diawara. We need to keep Diawara too. We need all of them. All of them. Okay. To me, Kolek and Daddy are just the beginning. We need all of them. I think there's a $2.5 million spot they're keeping for Clarkson. We need that gone too. So we need all of them, and we need, can we get 25 million? That help us sign our 3 guys. Okay. We need cap space. We don't need more players. Some of y'all still in this. We need this guy and that. No, we need cap space. We need to keep our guys. Well, we got Alvarado for one more season before the expansion draft. So it ain't like we worry about losing anybody to expansion this summer. That's not going to happen. Next year, maybe. And guess what? It's possible the Knicks can win 2 championships by then. So, okay. So I ain't worried about that. Right now, we got to go through this season. And at the end of this season, my priority is re-signing Mitch, Shamet, and Sohan, and Diawara. That's my priority. Getting somebody else, I'm not worried about. A draft pick, I don't give a damn. Give me my 3 guys back. That's it. The 4. Give me them. Make sure we can re-sign them. Okay? That's the key. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about what we getting for him, or we get shortchanged, or people love this term. They just got taken by. No, man. No. If we get the cap space, we won. Can we get cap space? Then we won. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all obsessed with this Giannis thing. Damn. I think the Knicks only put that information out there for y'all to calm down, to make him think that they didn't. I don't think they ever really cared to get Giannis. Honestly, I don't think they did. I think they put that out there to keep y'all calm, because some of y'all tripping already with just the name Giannis. We don't need Giannis. We don't need him. We good. Okay? So we good. We got everything we need right now. Just need to keep everybody healthy. That's it. Okay. All right. Jay Davis, popularity is important in some markets. It's not for a guy. It's not important in New York. The popularity is not important. How that guy helps us win is more important. So yeah, Alvarado, if he's an effective help us win type, do what he will be, that's going to be something. But it's not like he's going to get 15 million a year. He's 4.5 right now. He'll probably still be there. That's no problem. Yeah, we don't need Giannis, man. We good. We don't really. I'm not even worried about Giannis. Just can we sign Sohan, Mitch, Shamet? Can we re-sign our guys? Those guys. Can we re-sign them? And of course, our boy Diawara. I need to keep all of them cats. Forget everybody else. I need to keep all them cats, man. That's it. So can we get some more cap space? That's what we're trying to do right now. All right, Mr. William. Now look, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm gonna just tell you, if you gave me a choice between Landry Shamet and Jose Alvarado, I would choose Shamet every day and twice on Sunday. I'm not saying Alvarado's not a great addition. I'm not saying he's not going to work good for the Knicks. I'm just telling you, if you're asking me to choose an MLE for one of these two guys, Shamit's getting it. There's no other. Shamit's getting it. And I don't even know if I want to give an MLE away because I don't know if I will still have it when it's Deuce's time, because I really want the MLE for Deuce. Okay, I'm thinking ahead. Not this season, summer, but I want Deuce to have the MLE. So can I maybe the mid-level, the mini mid-level, maybe, so, but if you're telling me you're going to get one mid-level exception and it's between Shamit and Alvarado, thank you, Jose, for all your contributions. We wish you the best. I'm keeping Shamit there going. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Anthony just says. Are we going to find out? That's a good, he brings it. Deuce is healthy, Alvarado not getting minutes. I wouldn't say that. I say it's Diawara, but we'll see. I understand where you come with that. Put it this way. I can see Shamit, Deuce, and Alvarado getting a lot of minutes together. I can see Mitch Rob in there. I can see Sohan in there. Diawara, though, will still play. He just won't get double-digit minutes. And why? Let's say we're playing Detroit in a 7-game series. I'm using Diawara 6 to 8 minutes when Cunningham's on the floor. Right? What y'all think? I'm not going to play him 12 minutes, right? But I'm going to use him 6 to 8 minutes, and his assignment is Cunningham. I don't even need him to score. I need him to guard Cade Cunningham. You see what I'm saying? His assignment is Cunningham. And we get to the finals. Or we play Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's not Detroit. I'm using Diawara 6 to 8 minutes on Jaylen Brown. Okay, Jaylen Brown. I'm using him. Your assignment is Jaylen Brown, young man. Get out there, get him by his jock strap. Don't let it go. Keep him. You know what I'm saying? So, so here we go. That's what I'm saying. So Diawara is not going to get rotation minutes, but the boy getting some. He's getting some minutes. Or exactly, Coach Hauser, or Tatum. Apparently, Tatum might be trying to get back for this year. Okay. Yeah. And I agree. Alvarado, I don't think we really need to choose. I think we're going to be all right. Alvarado will get a similar contract than he gets right now. I can see him getting, this contract is 2 years, $9 million. I can see him getting 2 years, $6 million a year. I can see that. Okay. Dink Pate, from what I'm hearing, wants to go back to college. That's the smart move. I don't know if the Knicks will retain his rights if he goes back to college, because that's a big question. In fact, let me ask Google that. Let me see. If Dink Pate goes back to college, do the Knicks retain his rights? So if Dink Pate went back to college, the Knicks would lose his rights. And if I'm Dink Pate, I go back to college. Now, why? Did you all remember the interview that the roommates did with Tyler Kolek? How many of y'all remember that? You remember they did the roommates, Josh and JB, they did an interview with Tyler Kolek last summer. One interesting thing that came out of that, Tyler Kolek was actually playing for James Madison University, but the NIL money was greater at Marquette. And he was talking millions of dollars that he got in NIL money at Marquette. So if the NIL money, let's say, is $2 or $3 million, I'm Dink Pate. I go back to college. I get my 2 or 3 million. Okay. Then I rock college, because the boy gonna rock college. Then he comes out and he's a top 5 pick in next summer's draft. And at this point, top 5 picks, a minimum 4 years, at least $40 million. Okay. So he's going to get that. So now he stays with the Knicks. Even if the Knicks signed him, he's going to get a minimum contract. But if he goes back to college, he gets the college experience, he gets $2 or $3 million, and then he comes back next summer and he's a top 5 pick, maybe the top pick, and he gets a boatload of cash, plus endorsements. So Dink Pate might be no more. That's all I'm saying. And if I was Dink Pate, I wouldn't be. You know how many colleges would take him? Oh God. Talking about a 1-year rental. He could go to any program in the country. He can get his money. So the best move for Dink financially is to go back to college, get that NIL money, rock college, and then come out. Go to the program that's going to help you rock out the best. And then I don't know. I had heard Najee was talking about doing that, Mr. William. I don't know if he did it, but I had heard he was talking about doing it. In fact, no, he did do it. I forgot what college he went to. James Najee did do that. You're right. He did do that. Let me see. What college did James Najee go to? Let me see. Baylor. He's playing at Baylor right now. He ain't rocking either. He ain't rocking it out. He's playing at Baylor. Yeah, he ain't rocking it out. But okay. But he's getting some NIL money. I guarantee you that. He's getting some NIL money. But Dink Pate, I am very confident he would turn out college. I'm very confident. Dink Pate would turn college out and then be a top 5 pick next summer. And damn, he gonna make a lot of money. So financially, if I'm his agent, son, you got to go to college. 1 year, hang out in college, the dorm with cheerleaders and all that, then come back and you're a top 5 pick. I don't know where he would end up, but he's going to be in a top program, someplace where he's going to shine. It could be with Pitino. It could be Florida, right? It could be University of Florida. It could be Houston, Calvin Sampson. There's a lot of, because he can't go to Florida State. Our boy is not, Leonard Hamilton's retiring. So that's that. He might end up in Arkansas with Calipari. You hear what I'm saying? He can end up as, he can go to Pitino. He can go to Calipari. He can go to Sampson. He can go to Florida University of Florida, the Gators. He'll gonna be living, Viva la Loca. He's gonna be living fabulous, and he's gonna come out next year and be living even more fabulous. Yeah, that's what the move. Even if he wrecked his knee, God forbid, but he got an ACL. At least he's getting 2 or 3 million. See what I'm saying? So the boy, to me, it's a no-brainer. The Knicks are gonna lose his rights. He's going back to college. Yeah. Yeah, I think Leonard Hamilton retired from Florida State, changed the whole thing. Did Leonard Hamilton retire from Florida State? Yeah, he announced he is stepping down at the end of the 24-20. So he retired last year. Yeah. Yeah, he retired last year. Yeah. So. Well, to me, Dio, that's the backup wing stop on the real serious backup wing stop with Mo D and Sohan. I mean, you got OG in Macau, and you got Mo D and Sohan. Man, come on, that's serious. You ain't losing no defense there. You ain't losing no defense. Them boys gonna come in and put everybody on lock. Shoot, that's real depth right there, Coach House. A real depth. You ain't lied yet. You ain't lied yet. No mientas la boca. No mientas la boca. You ain't lied yet. Yeah, this is going to be big time, Gopher. We're all excited. I'm excited. I want to see this second unit go in there and do some business on defense. I love watching good defense, and I'm really enjoy watching these boys do it. Now, you're going to get some people on X that's going to trip because Sohan, they're going to leave him wide open and he's going to break. Okay? I know we got a shooting coach, but if y'all expecting the shooting coach to work miracles after the All-Star break, y'all deluded. He's going to be bricking. I don't care. I'm telling you, he's going to break and he's still going to be positive on the plus minus because they're going to be locking people down. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, we got business to do. Let me ask y'all, is that game in Detroit? That game's in Madison Square Garden, right? The game we're playing against Detroit on Thursday. That's at MSG, correct? I think that's at MSG. I think that's at MSG. Yeah, it's at MSG on Prime. Okay. Hey, do y'all know when Prime is playing, when Prime is doing the broadcast, can you still get the game on Madison Square Garden Network? Can you still get it there, or is it blocked from MSG because I like to get the MSG version than the Prime version. You know what I mean? It, okay, sometimes it's hard. You can't. Okay, it's okay. I should have figured. Money, corporate money. It's always about the money, right? So it is what it is. All right. So we'll be hearing Reggie Miller and whoever the hell they have beside Reggie Miller. Okay. Yeah, the corporate money. All right. Yeah, me too. Because MSG, you get Clyde, you get the crew, you get the crew. But anyway, we'll be listening to. What's up, Lee Thomas? We'll be listening to Prime. Okay. It's about that corporate money. Yeah, I paid for MSG because I'd like to catch that when they all, if I got a choice now. But anyway. Oh, Guilford. I was so glad. I just felt good. I said, good for Latrell. Good for Spreewell. I was like, good for Spreewell, man. That's all I was thinking. Good for Spreewell. Damn, somebody did something right, man. Shoot. That's all I was thinking. Good for Spreewell. This dude had it coming. Somebody gave it to him. Shoot. It's like watching a Klansman get his ass beat by a brother. I was like, good for Spreewell. That's all I was thinking. Oh, yeah. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. Exactly, Coach House. I love y'all, man. Some of y'all get it. I'm about exactly. Perk, I don't know. Never know where Perk coming from, man. I don't never know. It might be pro Knicks, anti Knicks, and you don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? So, I know. Reggie, but I have to say, Reggie has come a long way from when he first. Reggie was on Knicks hate like with damn Shaq level when he first. But now, like y'all see, like how he was like a dead going squeaky college, high school cheerleader when we was playing the Lakers. He sounded. It's like everything LeBron did. It was like causing him to squirm in his seat and trip. Do y'all see that? I was like, what the hell, man? Could you just call the game? It's almost like you thought the network was going to think LeBron's going to have a big game against the Knicks and the Knicks going to lose. You know? Yeah, I guess so. But he's tripping, man. Shoot. Yeah, I know. Allen Houston still got it. He looked just like he did when he hit that shot against Miami and ended their season. Thank Most High for that. I'm telling you, Kev Berg, you ain't lied yet. No mientos la boca. You ain't lied yet. Big body fronts and right. Oh, was he? Dang, man. Oh gosh. The fever. I was thinking that. I didn't say it, but homie was squirming in his seat like some college schoolgirl, high school, sophomore schoolgirl. When LeBron, whatever LeBron did, LeBron touched the ball, LeBron got on the court, LeBron got up the court, LeBron goes to the foul line. Anything LeBron did, homie was squirming in his seat. I said, bro, come on, baby, you calling the game here. Calm down. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, man. So, yeah, I just honestly, for the second half, if Gato can stop hooking players going to the basket, that's all. I'm not even talking about any of the other dumb fouls, just that one. Could he stop hooking players going to the basket? And can he continue to dominate the boards? That's all I need from him. Can I get that? Can I get that? I don't think that's asking too much. Stop hooking people on your way to the basket and dominate the boards. Can I get that? I think we can. Yep. So I know. John Petty. Yes, you're right about that. Anyway. No, that's not it. Building blocks. You're not watching the same game I'm watching. There are games where Cat has the step on the guy, and he still hooks him. See, once a guy as big and as strong as Cat has a step on you, there's really nothing you could do. So it's not necessary for him to use that hook. Ugh, he just has to stop doing it. He can. I believe he can. He doesn't have to. No, he don't. So dominate the boards. Stop hooking. That would eliminate at least one foul per game. Okay, at least one. So yeah, Allen Houston still look good. You know how many kids he had? At least 5. Allen Houston is a baby maker, man. I mean, same mama though. Same mama. Let me see. How many kids Allen Houston had? I mean, he had 7. Homie had 7. 5 daughters, 2 sons. Him and his wife Tamara. That's a baby making machine. That's a brother. That's Jacob 2.0 right there. Right? I don't think so, Malik. I don't think so, but he definitely added to the population, boy. Oh my gosh, him and his wife. But listen, man, if I had $100 million contract, all guaranteed the way he did, my wife be continually pregnant too. We'd be having 5 or 6, 7 also, no doubt. Making babies is fun. The only problem with making babies is paying for them because they are crumb snatchers, okay? They crumb snatchers. But if you could pay for the crumb snatchers, I make a lot of babies. I make 12. If I had, shoot. The only problem is paying for them crumb snatchers because they crumb snatchers, man. You got to pay for them. And so I struggled. When she told me she was pregnant with the 4th one, I was like, come on, you killing me here. You killing me here. Come on, baby. You killing me. Just when I thought I was done with diapers, here we come, number 4. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Yeah. Crumb snatchers, man. But if I'm Houston and I got $100 million deal, and he got that deal in the early 2000s, yeah, me and my baby having babies. I'm going to have a special dietitian for her. She's healthy. I'm going to have a special body, what you call that? It's personal training to make sure she get back in shape. And just about every other year, me and her having babies. Yeah, if I would do that too. More power to him, man. More power to him. We got 7 with the same woman. It ain't like he whoremongering either. He doing the right thing. Good job. Good job. You know what I'm saying? No crumb snatches, man. Yeah, he doing a lot of shooting. And now I'm sure, he could shoot and not worry about it. Evander wasn't with the same woman though, was it, Coach Hauser? I think Evander had like 4 or 5 different mamas. He was doing like the Larry Johnson, right? 4 or 5 different mamas. I know a guy that got 14. He does some work for me sometimes. 14 by 4 women. 14. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I said, bro, and he ain't no millionaire either. And I said, bro, did you learn your lesson yet? He said, oh, I got it now. I said, okay, 14 children, 4 women. Come on, bro. Shoot. I have all mine with 1. And that 4th one, love my baby to death. But daggone, man. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't do that without telling me. I stopped taking them pills, right? That word still rings in my ear. It's like, wait, what did you say? What did you say? I stopped taking them pills. Now I got another one. That's my oldest daughter, Malik. She's look like my other one looked like my mother spit her out. That was scary. But she's my baby. That's my baby girl right there. Yeah, but I was like, what did you say? You stopped doing what? Oh, about 2 weeks ago, I stopped taking them pills. I said, you know what this means, right? I said, we're going to have another baby? She said, oh, no, I'm not pregnant. I said, you know you are. And she was. Yeah, that was my oldest baby. That's my oldest baby. My oldest daughter, Julie. Yeah. That's like, yeah. It can't, to this day, I still hear it. I stopped taking them pills, right? And I remember my stomach felt like it come up in my throat. It was like, I didn't really just hear that. I said, what did you say? I said, when did you say? Oh, it was like 2 weeks ago. I told you. I said, no, you ain't telling me. Yes, I did tell you. I was like, oh, shoot. Here we go. And I don't know, y'all may not know, but there's certain species of human beings. All you got to do is blow breath on them and they get pregnant. There's certain species of human beings. They're from what I call the northern tribes. Generally, they call them Latinas, but I call them northern tribe, and especially from the island of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, you breathe on them sisters, you having a baby. Trying to tell you. Just pregnant. What? Damn. You having a baby. Shoot. Yeah, exactly. I said, wait, what did you just say? And I'm looking at her lips like, wait, what did you just say? And I was thanking the doctor because the doctor said, this is your last one. You're getting fixed after this. And she said, okay. I was like, okay. Oh, Malik, you don't know. That's my problem. My problem. I like practice. I just don't like all the results. Now, like I said, we started this conversation. If I had Allen Houston, if I had long pockets like Allen Houston, I'd be happy. Everyone, I'd be like, when can we do it again? I'd be having like 7 like that too, man. We got to get another one. Why? Because I think we need to fill up that alphabet. No, but Nancy Stevenson, I'm just saying it is anybody that's had the experience with a Boricua knows what I'm talking about. It don't take much. You are never going to need to take no fertility drugs. That ain't never going to be something you need to have in your vocabulary. That ain't gonna be something you need. That's gonna be out your fertility is not gonna be no. You're not gonna have a problem with that. Low birth rate. You're not gonna have a problem. There's certain levels of human beings. Them Tainos, man, don't mess with them. Them Tainos, they pregnant. Don't even need the test. We don't need the birth. We don't need the pregnancy test. When she said that, I said, guess what? We have another baby. She said, oh, no, we're not. No. I said, stop. We are. I had to prepare myself. Oh. So anyway, that was a long time ago. My youngest child is going to be 31 years old next month. So that was 31 years ago. And I'm still haunted by it. I love her to death, but I'm still haunted by it. But I'm not worried about that no more. Not worried about it no more. No. Now, yeah. The gun could still shoot, and we ain't worried about no repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So we good. That's all I'm saying. We good. We are good. Oh, shoot. We came through some serious, if I say to you, do you know what survival mode is? If you know, you know. I've been married 42 years, and at least 20 of them were spent in survival mode. And them crumb snatchers added to that. Yeah. Love them to death. Wouldn't do nothing, You know what I'm saying? But survival mode. We was there it was longer than 20 years. I would say they're going 25. No. I would say close to 30. Yes, 30. We was in survival mode. 30. So the last 12 have been, all them grown. We caught up on it financially. I ain't worried about it no more. Ain't no more coming. So we good. Chando se aire, right? Good. But we have 42. You got 45, Lonnie? Oh, Lonnie. Ooh, Lonnie. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, no, that's not my youngest, Gita. I got one more. I'm gonna take her to a ballet. She's not into sports like at all. She's a girly girl. I'm taking her to a ballet. When I do that, I'll send you pictures. If you see my mother, that's exact. She looks exactly like my mother. Spit her out. My wife said, "Your mother invaded my body." I said, "Yes, she did." Oh man, believe me, survival mode ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. But you get through it. You get through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a battle. But believe me, I'm here to testify. After the 30 years, it was 30 years because we really started getting out of survival mode around 2013, 2014, we was getting out of survival mode. And so, yeah, so I'd say, the last 11, 12, we was real good. Matter of fact, real good, but double-edged sword, them Boricos, man. Borico, double-edged sword. Shoot, trying to tell you. But anyway, matter of fact, talking about this, man, I gotta go have some grape juice, man. I gotta go have me some grape juice. Y'all got it, brother. I gotta have some grape juice and yeah, yeah. Oh, good for you, Mike Miller. My oldest boy has two. I showed y'all pictures of them. Those my boys. I mean, my homies, my two grandsons. Those my homies, the professor and the hustler. Those my boys right there. Oh yeah, you gotta have all that. I let it be known. I will kill somebody over my baby. There's no doubt. And I won't have no remorse. I will tell the cops, yeah, I shot that. I shot him. He had it coming. Take me away. Shoot. Take me away. Here, take me away. Yeah, I plugged him up. Came and messed with my babies, man. He got it. He caught it. Shoot. Mm-mm. What Denzel say? That my only regret is I couldn't do it twice. Could only do it once. Shoot. Mm-mm. Can't mess with my baby. You looking for trouble. I ain't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's right. That's my only regret. I can't do it twice. Plug you up quick. Don't be messing with my children now. Mm-mm. Exactly. So anywho, that's what we talking about. Yeah, that's what we talking about. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you get old and they're now grown, this is where they're cute as anything. When they were little, oh my God, they were cute. But every time I look at them and say they so cute, my pocket be hurting, man. But now they grown and I went up there with my daughter, my son-in-law, my other daughter. They spoiled me rotten. All I had to do was say I want it. They said, "What is it? I get it, Daddy. I'll go get it." I said, "No, we're good." He said, "No, tell me what it is. I get it." Spoiled rotten, man. Went out there to my grandsons. Grandpa, you want me to pick you up at the airport? Where you want to go eat? I was like, man, okay, let's do it. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Let's go, man. We good. We good. We good. We good. Yeah, man. It's all good. Once you get past survival mode, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Coach House. No, they said you wait, Coach House. What you talking about? You could watch it on MSG? I heard you couldn't. I heard only Prime Video. Are you telling Coach House is trying to say, wait a minute, hold on, let's see. Hold on, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's see. Can I see the Knicks game against Detroit on MSG Thursday? Hey, it says we can, y'all. Oh, We can get it on MSG Thursday. Yes. Okay, we don't actually have to endure Reggie Miller or any of them other clowns. We can get it on MSG. Woo, I'm excited. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay. De La Music, nice to see you again. Always. Kevin Berg. Guilford, I'm getting ready to sign out too. Woody Stefani. Lee. Coach Hauser. Who else we got in here? I don't know. Mike Miller. Well, De La Music, I caught you. What else? My man Malik. My man Lonnie. My brothers. Lonnie's my security. You mess with me, Lonnie got you. Jay Davis. Right. And G Child. And who else? Let me see who else. Miss Stevenson. Miss Edwards. Coach Hauser. I think I got everybody. De Cecilia. If that's not Italian, nothing is. Let me see what we see. And Grill. Let me see. True Speaker. What else we got here? Let me see. John Pettit. D.O., the original. That's it. Building Blocks. What else? I think I caught all y'all. The Fever. John Smith. I think Rick Z. I think I caught all y'all. Let me see. I think I caught all y'all. Andrew Abraham. I think I got you. Jay Kelly. All right. I think I got all of y'all. Okay. Time for some grape juice. I need to work out, but if I feel like doing it later, I will, because I had a good workout yesterday and earlier. But anyway, we will talk to y'all on the AM side. We got some stuff to go over with the Knicks, and we're going to continue to do it until it's time. Myth. All right. That ain't no myth either. Y'all enjoy it. Please be safe out there. I've worked out with a glass of juice right next to me. I sometimes have some of my best workout. Today, I might do some chin-ups and push-ups today just to get busy on that. So we'll see. Yeah, I think he is, Coach House. He came in here still talking about Juju. That boy pining after Juju. Gorilla. What's up? You a gorilla, but you ain't no killer, right? All right, y'all. We will talk to y'all soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you got off tomorrow, enjoy it. Shalom.